right. Hello out there, YouTube. What's going on, everyone? It is D Dunn here. I am the average gaming dad, and we're back on Madden 25, Giants rebuild. All right, so the question I think we still need to answer, hence the title of this stream and this video, is: Are we actually a really good team, dominating our opponents, scoring 45 plus points a game in our last 3 games, or are we just the benefactors of an easy schedule? This would be talked about on ESPN because people love to poke holes in teams that are winning, as we are. And if you look at our last 3 games facing the Packers, the Bears, and the Rams, we have won handily. The defense, good. Bears scored quite a few. Caleb Williams was all right. But 49-6 versus Packers, 45-14 versus the Rams. And then looking at those teams and where they're at, you will see 4th row down on the left column. Green Bay is 2-4. And then on the right, top right, Chicago is 1-6. And if you go farther down on the right-hand column, 2 from the bottom, the LA Rams are 2-5. So those 3 teams combined would be, if you combined all of their wins, would only be at 500. So it's not like we have had the stiffest of competitions over these last 3 games where we've performed very well, leading to a number 1 rated offense, and for the first time, number 1 in pass yards. But we have some injuries. Let's take a quick recap of where we're at there. So Jalen Hyatt out for 2 more weeks. Our 2 starting edge rushers, Azeez Ojulari and Dakota Boss, are out for the next 2 weeks. Superstar X Factor Joey Hawley out for another 3 weeks, and Kingsley Suamaitai out for 1 more week. So those are some big, impactful players that are out for multiple weeks. And wow, New York Giants swept NFC Offensive and Defensive Players of the Week. Dorian Graham on offense with 4 receptions, 257 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He has been nothing short of elite. Tyler Newman, 6 tackles, 2 interceptions, and a fumble recovery. That is a great defensive effort all around. All right, let's get to the actual nuts and bolts of this episode and get to playing the Browns. We have a player meeting. So let's sit down and see who we're talking with. It's Malik. Coach, thanks for meeting with me. How can I help you? Hopefully this isn't Malik Neighbors saying he wants like 20 rushes. We're almost halfway through the season and I'm not involved in the offense enough. I need more touches, or maybe I don't belong here. Well, you're probably not going to be here next year anyway. Well, let's get you some more touches, though. I don't just want catches. I want some carries, too. Get me the ball on some jet sweeps. That's my reaction. Wait, what? That's right. Give me the ball, coach. How many touches can you get me this week? That's how I'm imagining like this conversation's going. I want to limit the number of rush attempts because those are actually kind of hard to accomplish in the playbook. So we're just going to go 8 catches, 2 rushing attempts. That should be easy enough. So we'll try and keep that in mind. I'm not going to press for this. Malik Neighbors did this last year, and again, he's just one of those players, one of many of our top players that we have to pay at the end of the season, and we just won't be able to afford everyone. And I don't think we can afford $152 million for Malik Neighbors. He's by far asking the most out of these players, so he will probably be the first to walk. And then our goal is to try to, again, keep the integrity of our offensive and defensive line by re-signing Braxton McKinney, Warren Pritchett, and Steve Ramirez. That's That's the primary focus. I don't know if I said that enough. That's the focus. All right. So that was interesting. I didn't really see that coming, but you're an idiot. So Diva's gonna diva, right? All right. What do we need to focus on? Well, well, strengths are wide receiver, quarterback, and right outside linebacker. Weaknesses, center, guard, and middle linebacker, which is tough because we may have to replace a center and a guard in this draft. Let's see. We do have 3 first round draft picks too. So, but outside linebacker looks pretty stacked so far. What we know, 4 outside linebackers. That's not necessarily like there really is no position of need for us, depending on who we're able to sign and not sign. But, 4 or more outside linebackers projected in the first round. I think that's an okay place to go. And so that's what we'll do. All right, so outside linebacker is our national scouting focus. We'll do our weekly strategy. We'll upgrade our players. And then I do actually need to make some roster adjustments. We did them in game last time, and I think I want to stick with that, at least for the next 2 weeks, while we have injuries across the defensive line. But first, the weekly strategy. We will do what we always do, which is contain the QB scramble, who is not going to be Spencer Rattler. At least I hope not for the Browns, but maybe that's why they've only won 1 game. And we'll do what we can to limit the greatest edge rusher in the NFL right now, Myles Garrett. I'm also a Browns fan, but I don't think that's a hot take. I don't think that's a hot take. And just a great guy. Turn and burn, big man. Let's go. Oh, shoot, we missed. We got it. There's bronze. Turn and burn. Turn and burn. Big but agile. Big but agile. Oh. Oh. There's silver. Oh. No, we choked. We choked. We gave up a QB hit. I think we're going to have to settle for silver on this one. Try and get this last second. Yeah, we're going to have to settle for silver. Dang. One mistake. One mistake. He's just not very quick, so it's hard to get out there and get those bonuses. But, I mean, Luke Jackson down here, he already got star dev the last time we did weekly game plans. So, and the tackle that we just worked on, he's got hidden dev, so who knows? Go. All right, I think one more and we should have gold without problems. There we go. All right. Just a few more. I am kind of surprised, would like to see some more out of Silas Rodriguez so far. I know last game he was kind of in and out, beat up with a couple minor injuries. My God, get off. The player physics when they run into these like black barrel things is so bad. But he did, before going out with injury last game, he did pick up his first NFL sack. So that was pretty exciting. Go for him. Just a couple more to go. I had completely forgotten. I had completely forgotten about this guy, and then because of injuries, one of the guys that we were working on ended up getting pushed out, and it kind of defaulted to Luke Jackson here. But as a rookie, was already like a 72, 73 overall, and he's got decent size and got really good quickness and speed for a guard. So, really good pulling on screen plays and such. So in a world where we're not able to keep either of our interior offensive linemen, he might be a guy that is able to step up as a starter long term, especially with star depth. And no problems getting gold there. Deacon Fields is also another linebacker that, he's probably replaceable if we get a good enough draft pick. Admittedly, last year he wasn't probably in the best defense for his abilities. Like, he's a small coverage linebacker, and playing in a 3-4 does not suit him well, just because he doesn't have those rush the passer skills. But in the 3-4 that we're currently in, he's doing pretty good. But I would like to see him make some more like impact plays. But he's a guy that might be replaceable. And then Cordell Lamb, he was a late round draft pick, but he's one of those guys that you get from time to time, outstanding athlete, but can't run routes, can't really catch the ball particularly well. So that's why we're working on him, especially because we anticipate, losing Malik Neighbors, especially if he's going to act like an insane diva, as we just saw in our coaches meeting with him. But would like a depth trade upgrade on him if we can get one out of our practices, that would be ideal. He's still not particularly polished, but I mean that's why we do these drills, right? Depth trade upgrades and get those ratings up. I mean, our two wide receivers that we picked, Bartow and Lamb, were the two fastest players in the entire draft. So I think that bodes well for us. We basically have a room full of Tyreek Hills. So they do pretty well. All right, let's go for 2+ passing touchdowns. We've done that every game. Our defense has been pretty stout, so let's shoot for 20 limiting 20 plus points, and let's fingers crossed for no injuries. All right. Defensively, no injuries, no injuries, no injuries. Looking good, looking good. All right. And then on offense, looks like we're in the clear. All right. So no new injuries. We still have 5 or 6 starters out. Let's do our player upgrades, and I want to make some depth chart adjustments, and then we'll hop in, play this game, dominate the Browns. All right, so I feel like his coverage is good enough. We have really struggled at times versus the run, and I need Taylor Bowden to be that guy that can go and plug up some gaps. Plus 3 block shed is great. He's now up to an 82. Tyler Nubin with his fantastic game and NFC Defensive Player of the Week. Let's just keep maxing out his zone. That's what he does 90% of the time, is he is sitting in his zone. Plus 3 to zone. So he's up to a 95 zone coverage. That's pretty great. I did not really think much of him when we first started this franchise. I just never really found anyone better. But he's kind of awesome. He's really developed well. It's taken a while, but he's really come on, especially this year. All right, plus 2 short route, plus 1 medium route, catching traffic. Those are great. Here's the rookie Bartow. Now with Malik, we just maxed out his deep threat ability, which was great. But I really think going slot is the way to go. Especially because even when Malik had 99 deep route running, he only had 80 short route running. And so in those clutch third down moments, he was not nearly as effective as a top tier wide receiver should be, because he couldn't get open underneath or in the middle of the field. So plus 2 catch in traffic, catching, medium, and short. Those are decent. See, he's coming along. He cannot run routes. His catching is not great, but he is so fast. And so that's, we're just trying to mold him into something. It's going to take, probably a couple seasons, but we're getting there. All right, backup line. See, the backups normally, previous years, I didn't really care, right? It didn't really matter. But now that we pushed up the injury sliders and we're seeing more injuries, he's actually seeing the field. Those are some pretty good upgrades. Plus 1 block shed, plus 2 hit power, plus 1 power moves, and plus 3 awareness. That's nice. All right. Like I said, do want to make those depth chart adjustments. Of course, have Hutchin as the starter, and then let's see. Yeah, I think that's fine. But really wanted to do this on the edge. Let's get Azeez Ojularian. On the edge here. At right end, Stockton and the Waters will be the backup. That's fine. Okay. And then left outside linebacker is going to be actually the rookie, Duke York, because he actually has some coverage ability. Oh, Azeez is injured. What am I doing? Thibodeau is number 1. There we go. So Thibodeau is going to be playing left end for us until Thibodeau comes back. York at outside linebacker with Hall behind him. And then rush left end, Thibodeau, Hall behind him. right end is going to be Derek Hall and then Stockton. Okay. So we're making a few changes given our injuries. I think this is actually, it worked well for us last game. We decided to do that mid-game. All right, now time for our game of the stream or the episode if you are watching this after it's live. Again, just cutting these down to one game episodes and streams because we still have a long time until Madden 26 comes out. And I think we'll probably go 2 more seasons, try and get 3 consecutive Super Bowls, do what the Chiefs are trying to do, and no one wants them to do, unless you live in Kansas City. And I think if we accomplish that, dynasty status, we'll move on and do another rebuild. But here at home versus the Browns, all right. Stopped at the 28. And here's our leader. Hutchinson has been phenomenal this year. He has been absolutely elite. You'll see his numbers here. 2,000 yards, 22 touchdowns, and only 3 picks. By far his best year as a starter. We did go out and get a new running back just because our depth when Holly was out was abysmal. As we're unable to execute the screen there. But we probably should be a little worried, even though the Browns, their record obviously not good. But Myles Garrett is a one-man wrecking machine. Oh, is that Dorian Graham? I think it is. That is Dorian Graham. All right. That's tough. All right, 3rd and 1. I think we are going to go to the run game here. We're going to give Ridley a shot to get us the first down. Pretty good blocking. Little spin move. Okay. Bruce Sternum. So I'm sure that's not meant to be a concussion, but that's basically what it means in Madden. He has a concussion. All right, we got to remember we're trying to get Neighbors. Eight catches and 2 rushes. As Greg Newsome comes in, hitting the quarterback and breaking that one up. There we go. Good throw and catch. That was a tough throw to make. Try and get it to the rookie Bartow there. But he ends up dropping it. Or maybe swatted away. Not 100% sure. But a nice throw and catch there to make it 3rd and manageable. Oh, and that's a great throw in a very tight window to Malik Neighbors, trying to get him fed. Oh boy. So our backup is out. It's going to be John Jingleheimer Schmitz coming in. And even though this is not our offense of last year, this is the offense that has worked best for us. That's just lining up and throwing it. And look at that. Malik Neighbors, I mean, kind of balling out a little bit early in this game. Let's see if we can get one of those jet sweeps. Except for it's not to Neighbors. But Bartow, incredibly fast. Try and get him to the edge. Gains maybe a yard. Also kind of an FU to Malik Neighbors to hand it to a wide receiver that's not him. Trying to utilize that zone stretch. Just can't get the edge, and that's going to be a holding as well. So they take 3rd and short, 3rd and 5, or 2nd and goal. They elect to take the penalty. I think you would honestly maybe consider not accepting the penalty in that spot. There's Malik Neighbors again. Another gain of 8. He's been cooking over the middle of the field. Now we just have to figure out what's going to get us in the end zone from the 8. This is kind of our, we need a conversion. We're going to go to Malik. Play. Although we might get a hole shot to Bartow here. Nope. They leave the middle open. But Malik can't get the catch and run. Maybe we need to sit on a little bit, but we get the ball out quickly. I'm just going to take the points. It's about as easy as it gets. And our running game has not been what it has been last year. I don't know if that's just not having Holly out for many games. He's been injured a lot this year. So, but it hasn't been there. It just has not been there consistently. David Foster, all right. I think this is his 3rd year as a starter. Having an okay year. All right, and I want to lock in here with Rodriguez. He got his first NFL sack last year. There's Newman flying in last minute and knocking that one away. Quick throw out to the flat. Nice little gain of 5. It's going to be 3rd and manageable. We're going to try and cover those flats. Pass commit here. Uh-oh. Foster under pressure, and he still delivers a good ball. A red throw, but on the run. We had guys flying at him. We got a 3 tight end set. I think that's a good opportunity for us to send a heavy blitz. It's a run. And stopped quickly enough. Only a gain of 1. I do like blitzing on heavy sets. So we are going to go to a heavy, heavy blitz. We're going to press up. We like our corners. Oh, great job getting off the block there. I think that's DeAndre Stockton, guy we picked up last year and has performed really well as a backup. Now we finally force a 3rd and long. Oh, wow. Njoku just wide open. I mean, we have great cover linebackers, but I guess not that great, right? Njoku running buck naked over the middle of the field. And the blitz works to perfection. There's Deacon Fields making a tackle in the backfield on the blitz. This might end up just being our game plan if they're just going to come out in heavy sets all game. I mean, all sorts of pressure in David Foster's face, and the QB overthrows his man. Oh, quarterback on the run. And sliding down, only gaining 3. We're seeing some pressure. We haven't seen a sack yet, but Foster mobile enough to scramble when he needs to. And so the Browns also electing to go for the field goal. Kick is up and good. Is that still Hopkins? No. It's Jackson, whoever that is. All right. It's tie game. 3-3. Like I said at the onset, are we actually a good team or are we just playing bad teams? The Browns' record would indicate that they're not a great team. But so far, as we lead the league in touchdown passes, +4 over number 2, Justin Herbert. Now, last game, this was the reason, this play alone pretty much, was the reason Dorian Graham had so many yards. Myles Garrett batting that one down at the line, though. The defense just so poorly played that particular pass play. Just so bad. Oh, we get a defensive offsides. Oh, no, and that's the great one. That's Myles Garrett. A rare mental mistake from him. Need to not forget about looking for run opportunities like this one. Now, running out of shotgun, our guys don't particularly block well a lot of times. But every now and then we can get a solid 3 to 5. And there is Kayvon Thibodeau. No. Oh, Andrew, right, we're on offense. Andrew Thomas. Oh, no. Oh, no. Now, so that's 2 offensive lineman injuries in this game alone. Thomas is out. It's going to be the rookie, Mike Simmons. Thank goodness we have been working on him. We're down to our 3rd string guard. And, oof. like one more offensive line injury, and I don't know if we even have backups left to fill in. I mean, I really don't. Weak side run here. Oh, we got really lucky there. There was a linebacker. Dislocated shoulder. Shoot. Who was it? This linebacker had a chance to make a play. And then as he's about to come down and crash and make this play, Malik Neighbors, setting a great block, ends up getting him caught in the wash. And that is pretty much the only reason that play was successful. But good enough for the first down, so I'm not going to complain. We might have neighbors. Wow. What a great play from the safety. He flew in out of nowhere to make that play. I thought that was a pretty good ball over the outside shoulders of Neighbors, but maybe just hung up in the air a little bit too long. And the safety coming in to make the play. We got 3 down linemen and 1 linebacker. We got 5 offensive linemen. I like those numbers. Ooh. Bobbing and weaving a little bit. Dip, dive, duck, dive. What was it? Duck, dive, dip, duck, and dodge. Are we able to get out of there? 3rd and short. I would not be surprised to see a blitz in this spot. So we're actually going to go with a running back screen. We got him in stride. We got blockers out in front. That is another Giants first down. All right. So into the first quarter, been kind of a tough one. We have not seen the explosive plays that we have in our, last 3 games. Nothing really given up down the field. Run game is adequate, and we're putting drives together. So we're getting there, but just obviously not nearly as dominant as the last few weeks. Ooh. Johnson just buck naked in the slot there. We're going to streak him. He's not there. Neighbors. Or is that Bartow? That's Bartow. All right. So the rookie getting in. Tavon Bartow. In for Dorian Graham. Injured on like the second play of the game. And he gets, I think maybe his 2nd or 3rd touchdown of the year. And we finally get a touchdown on the board to start the second quarter. I do have to say, this year, seeing the injuries, I think it makes sense. I think I'm okay with the sliders. It might be just like a little bit too much. But, I mean, the Browns, for instance, this year, 32 players ended up on injured reserve over the course of the season. And then, of course, you have players that are in and out, with minor injuries, concussions. Oh, Silas. Oh, Not on stump. What are we doing? I need to come up with a nickname for stump. There's definitely something there, with like a tree stump. But he's great. One of our first draft picks in this rebuild. we've held on to him over the years, and he's developed into a fine D-back for us. Oh, under pressure, finally, Foster goes down. We sent a huge blitz. There's Deontay Stockton, who has seen a lot of playing time this year, given all of the injuries on the defensive line, and he finally flies in and gets a sack. David Foster flustered in the pocket, and they're coming out with another 3 tight end set. I have no problem just continually sending heat. Let's get pressed up on these receivers. Let's make them make a play. Oh, that is just lockdown. I love our corners. Michael Carter the second, like a guy that I remember the first year our cap situation was so dire we could only afford 1, maybe 2 free agents. And he was one of them. And he's been a starter ever since. And he's been great. Just one of those guys that you maybe don't expect much from. A guy that you think is going to be out of the starting rotation in a year or two. And he just played really well every single year. Opportunity for a return here. Not a huge return, but a solid return nonetheless. Looks like Bobby Okereke having some shoulder issues. Working him out on the sideline. All right, 7 minutes left. Don't really like this play given where the safeties are. Let's audible to a run. Okay. Ridley, 5 for 39 on the day. We're going to keep Okereke in. Ooh. And we go back to Ridley on the pass play to check down underneath, but he just drops the ball too much. 3rd and 4, I think that's probably really stretching our abilities running the football this year. So we're going to go to our trusty, get Malik Neighbors the ball, and that's just, there we go. Now remember, we do have a target to get him 8 catches and 2 rushes because he's being a whiny bitch and is demanding the ball. And even if he's not going to be here next year, we still want him to at least be happy while we're trying to make back-to-back Super Bowl runs. Dang. Had a little bit of a gap there, but Pritchett, I mean, who can withstand? Who can go one-on-one with Garrett consistently and win? Not many. So only a gain of 2. Not the best throw. I really don't like that route. I'm not going to lie about it. And now we find ourselves in a 3rd and 8. And we're just going to do what continues to work. Trust Malik Neighbors to get open. And he does. Big hit. And he gets just enough for the first down. Ooh, I do not want to run. Maybe we do. We'll try it. Okay. Okay. It didn't look like we were going to get much. We didn't get a lot, but we got more than what I thought we were going to get initially. They read that pretty well. Good Lord. The coverage has been really sticky. I mean, Greg Newsome, he's a phenomenal corner. But it's been difficult to get the ball down the field at all. Uh-oh. Make a man miss. Good juke move. We avoid a tackle. And let's see if we can keep the ball on the ground here. We blocked that one up pretty well. And Ridley, nice hole. Back-to-back first yard down runs. Like I said, our running back depth was mediocre at best. So we went out to free agency. We found Ridley here. Pretty solid guy. Not super reliable in the pass game, but fast, agile, and look at that vision. Following his blocks and the burst at the end to get it across the line. I did not expect a touchdown from there, but we will take it. I mean, that's just great blocking, great vision. And Ridley filling in nicely for Holly. If we know that we can entrust either running back, that bodes really well for us. We've invested so much draft capital and training time in our drills with our offensive linemen, and that's shown. That's definitely shown, because even though we have 3, 4, sometimes even 5 starters out at a time, our offense does not dwindle. And so if we can trust that our running backs will also step up, then that makes me feel much better as a head coach that we can run the ball in tough situations no matter who is in the backfield. There's Njoku again. He had a huge play earlier that put Cleveland in field goal position. But when they go to their heavy sets, their 2 and 3 lineman sets, we're sending all-out blitzes, and so far, it's worked really well. We have 1 sack, we have multiple pressures. And Foster, another pretty good throw on the run there. We really pressed him in the pocket. And we've gotten some errant throws out of it. Would love to just see some more sacks, maybe a pick here and there. Oh, good run there. Really bad angle by Taylor Bowden, who has not been very impactful today. Normally he's all over the field. We have yet to see him make many plays. So there is the 2-minute warning. Browns, I believe, get the ball to start the third quarter. So if they get a touchdown and then come out on offense, And BJ Stump, who I was just absolutely gassing up earlier, he's made 2 really good plays so far in one-on-one coverage deep down the field. But here, gets a little lost in the sauce, gets turned around. Scott makes the catch. That's a first down on the 11. Technically not first and goal, but essentially first and goal. They're still going with their 3 wide. So we'll stick in our zone to match. And Foster, under pressure, throws back across his body, and it's picked! Right on cue! BJ Stump, he gives up the deep throw just 1 play ago. They test him again, and he comes flying out and makes the interception. And now with a minute 17, you already know we're going to press the ball downfield. We trust our quarterback and our receivers. Maybe a chance here for Malik Neighbors to get a step. We're just going to throw it up one-on-one and trust him. Overthrown. Certainly not scared. To give Malik Neighbors a chance, and he drops it. I would like to believe that was a great defensive play, but I'm pretty sure Malik just dropped that. We're still going to go for it. If we punt, we punt. That's fine. We do hit Malik Neighbors, though, to keep the drive alive. 14 targets on the day. So he's definitely had his opportunities. We're going to have to call a timeout on this after this play, but we need a big chunk play. We're going for Neighbors again. On the sideline. Nope. Coverage deep down the field has been really good this game. Stretching the field has really been, I guess for lack of a word, like our bread and butter. And we just can't do it. Hutch hits it as he's thrown. We'll see if we convert here. We still have 3 timeouts, so we could still use the middle of the field. And we will. Stiff arm from Theo Johnson and gets out of bounds for the first down. Trying to get at least in field goal range. We only need about 20 more yards. Sanders has a huge leg. Oh, we got him. We got him. We got him! Bartow! Finally! We have tested this defense down the field time and time again, and have been unable to hit until now. Beautiful ball. Just dropped in the bucket, and Bartow just too fast. We saw the safeties separate, go opposite sides of the field, giving him a free run. And we just let him use his speed. Hutch with an absolute cannon of an arm throws it up and trusts this guy to get under it. And it didn't look like we were even going to get a field goal, but we finally found a defensive look that we could take advantage of. Love to see it. All right, and the Browns are just going to kneel it out here to finish the half. And what... okay. And what started as a really hotly contested game here quickly turned into a big blowout. And it's really, I would say, more so the Browns' offense. The Browns will get the ball, but they just have not been able to mount an effective drive down the field. That's a new camera angle. Okay. So here comes David Foster. I said, when they go jumbo, we go blitz. And that's actually worked out really well. Try and go with a little trap play. Quick hitter inside. Works to some effect. Gain of 4. And I have to say, I'm really happy with the way our run defense has looked. Never mind. Give up a first down. Huge hole. I think that's really the way that the Browns could get back in this one if their defense can make plays. Or if maybe they had gone to the run game earlier. Only a gain of 1 there, but we've been gashed consistently against the run, and even in this game. Some pretty big run plays for the Browns offense, but just not sticking with it. And David Foster has been under enough pressure. We have forced enough errant throws that we've kind of gotten by. Throw in the middle, batted away. Nice coverage by Fields. It's going to be another Browns punt. Their offense just seems so, I don't know what the word is, boring, I guess. Kind of really mimicking the Browns offense in real life. But they're not really play action. They're just, I don't know, they're not really doing much. All right, we told Malik Neighbors we would try and get him 2 touches. But he's just never in position on these jet sweeps to receive the ball. So I don't really know what to do with that. As after a slow start, Ridley's now up to 90 yards. Backup tight end Duncan and Sherman taking a knee and going back to the locker room. Third tight end is Bradshaw. Okay. And we go to our main tight end, Theo Johnson. Throw and catch there. Ooh, broken ribs for Duncan. And even though he is the backup, he's not a bad option at all. He usually gets a couple catches a game. He's reliable. What are these plays, man? All right. I was trying to dig in the playbook for just something different. Something like Malik Neighbors deep down the field. We had him. We had him. And we just held the ball for just a second too long. But I think we've proven to ourselves that the run game can be good enough on these 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3s. And there we go. Ridley goes over 100 in back-to-back weeks on only 12 rushes. Getting it done here. What's in the standard pass playbook? Let's take a look at that. We're up comfortably, so I would like to really dig in the playbook and not just use the same plays over and over again. Wow, that's a huge catch by Theo Johnson. Is this it? A lot of 2 tight end sets. It's just not really our offense, though. I don't think we have yet to see Malik Neighbors actually go over 100 yards in a game. But looking really like it's almost a sure thing at this point. And that's a pick. And then the QB comes in and lays the wood on Jordan Brooks. But maybe digging down into the playbook a little bit too much, going with some unfamiliar plays. Malik Neighbors double covered there. We try and force it to him. And we throw our 3rd pick of the year. I mean, the Browns get the ball in good field position. They get a turnover. If they can score a touchdown, yeah, I mean, you never know what can happen. You need one, right? You just need one to get it started. Send in everyone on this 3rd down. Gets past one tackler, but not the next. It's Jawan Beasley coming in from the strong safety spot and securing the running back in the backfield. They're going to elect for the long field goal. This one is going to be a 51-52 yarder. It's up, maybe down by multiple touchdowns. The Browns go for it there, but answer right back. Bartow, his 2nd touchdown of the game. Special teams getting involved. Our first kick return touchdown of the season, maybe of the rebuild. And just like that, Browns' hopes are pretty much dashed. They claw back, get within 3 touchdowns with a quarter plus left to play. And then we rip off a 70-yard kickoff return. That's tough. That's tough. All right, let's see what David Foster and the Browns can do. Coming out again, and it's like when you're down so many scores. Ooh, broken tackle. Nice recovery there by Kayvon Thibodeau to come in and make the tackle. But they need to be going like 3 wide, 4 wide, these 3 tight end sets constantly. I just don't think they're going to get the Browns back in this. I'm not sure what playbook they're running. But I think they could do better. We're just going to continue to send heat. They come out in these jumbo packages. They are sticking with the run. There's Taylor Bowden finally making a play behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of 2. Ooh, big hit to Njoku. Absolutely blasted. And there's the end of the third quarter. Browns is trying to get anything going. They finally got some points here in the third, and then we answer right back with a touchdown of our own on special teams. Now faced with a 3rd and 7. We'll see what the Browns offense can draw up. It's going to be a quarterback sneak. And Silas Rodriguez did a really good job of at least plugging up the hole, but no one really accounting for the quarterback in man-to-man. And actually ends up being a good enough play. Gets the Browns a first down. Keeps the drive alive. Foster is pretty athletic, but they just don't really utilize it too much. That said, we were number 1 in the league in takeaways. I feel like that does not feel right. It's a screen. And Foster ends up throwing it into the back of the receiver. And I think we are going to send a nickel blitz here. We've only been sending it on jumbo packages, but I think 3rd and long. We do force the pressure, which does force the overthrow. 4th and 6. Browns are going to go for it. No blitz this time, but we are going to run press man. It's a short throw over the middle, not past the line to gain. BJ Stump, sticky of a corner as they come. And this Browns offense just has nothing really to threaten us with, if we're honest about it. There's a catch for the backup tight end. Chance to get Malik involved deep. He's got it. Broken tackle. And he dives into the end zone. Oh my goodness. Pat Hutchinson, never afraid to chuck it downfield. Malik Neighbors really doesn't have elite top-end speed, but what he does have is the ability to make plays after the catch and to hold on in really tough contested receptions, and he does that there in between two defenders, holds on, breaks both of their tackles, and gets into the end zone. He finally goes over 100 yards for the year. And we are going to try and get him a couple rushes to get him satisfied for the week. An appeasement strategy, if you will, at this point. And to do that, I think what we need to do is to get him out of the slot. So we'll move him way down the depth chart there, the slot wide receiver for the rest of the game. And now we can pretty much just sit back in coverage. The Browns, maybe they put up some yards on us, but they're going to burn a bunch of clock doing it. I mean, they're finally getting some going at least. First down, a 7-yard gain. But the win is pretty much in the bag. We just need to eat a bunch of time. Njoku makes a catch, breaking a ton of tackles. Yeah, I mean, I guess if they just want to throw 5- and 7-yard passes, we're just going to let them do that. It does not hurt us. On the run and thrown away. Even though at the end of the day, Foster is not going to, our defense is not going to have a ton of sacks to their credit. We have forced Foster out of the pocket quite a bit. Forced him to try and make some throws on the run. And we've gotten a few sacks. There's the second one, I think, of the game. Kayvon Thibodeau flying in. Rodriguez right behind him. But we make the move with some injuries to move Kayvon Thibodeau out of his linebacker spot into the defensive end position, and 2 games, 2 sacks. That is pretty solid production. And now 3rd and 21. Uh-oh. Kayvon Thibodeau hits Foster as he throws, and that falls right into the arms of Michael Carter II. Second turnover of the game for the Browns. And now we will go to the chew clock and look to ice this one. Hutchinson breaks 300 yards again. Has yet to have a game where he has not gone over 300, which is a new development for this team. We've pretty much been a run-first offense the entire time. And this year, because of running back injuries, a lot of the time, and just how well, like some of the surprise draft picks we've gotten at wide receiver, we've just decided to put the ball in Hutchinson's hands, and he's been insane. He did throw a pick today. That's only his third of the year. He's going to be close to 25 touchdowns already in 7 games. On pace to break 50. And at the beginning of the year, one of the we had a talk with the media. They asked what we were worried about, if anything. And, we said our quarterback play. He's previously just been a game manager. And we're looking for him to really take a step up. And he has done just that. He's surpassed game manager mode, maybe with the confidence of a Super Bowl, with a Super Bowl ring behind him. And he's just been slinging it. He's been elite. First down there. I think we're good. Just kidding. It's not. Oh, here we go. Clock management. QB kneel. That's what we're looking for. Although I don't think we have to. Yep, game clock runs out before the play clock. So we're going to come out of the Meadowlands with another convincing win. We don't break 45. But still, our defense, I think, is really the story this year. 3 weeks in a row, playing really, really well. 2 times we've given up 10 points or less in our last 4. I mean, you got to feel good about that, right? Ooh, and I forgot to get Malik Neighbors his touches. Oh, well, I don't care. He's a diva. We do not give in to divas. Pat Hutchinson, not as efficient as previous games, but to the Browns' credit, their coverage was really, really good. He goes 23 of 36 for 322 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a pick. David Foster, I mean, he's probably a decent quarterback, but I just don't think this is the best offense for him. 19 of 30, 187 yards, 2 picks, tough day. Rushing, Marion Ridley had a huge day, 15 for 128. Our offensive line did a really good job. Really slow start, but we kept giving him the ball, and he delivered. Vernon Parham had an okay day. Averaged 4 yards a carry, but they just didn't really go for it. Had a long of 15. Foster a few carries in there as well. Receiving, Malik Neighbors, 12 receptions, 162 yards, much more like the Malik Neighbors we've seen over the previous 3 seasons. Finally has a big game. Theo Johnson goes 5 for about 50. And Taven Bartow, 2 huge catches, goes 2 for 81 and 2 touchdowns. Defensively, we played really, really well. BJ Stump, I mean, it seemed like he was constantly tested downfield. He got a pick off of that as well. But Taylor Bowden, quiet day. He normally averages 10-plus tackles, but just was not a factor today. 2 TFLs for Fields, 2 for Stockton, and then 1 for Thibodeau, Bowden, and Beasley. A sack for Thibodeau, and then a half sack for Fields and Stockton. Pick for Stump and Carter, and 1 field goal on the line. So all in all, really good game. Of course, we can't forget Bartow also had the kick return for a touchdown, so 3 total touchdowns for him. He's turning out to be a really great pickup. A really, really good pickup. All right. some offensive line upgrades. Let's continue to work on power for Ramirez. Okay. And Silas Rodriguez, not really involved much, still waiting for him to kind of break out. We'll keep upping his finesse moves. +4 power moves, +1 finesse moves. Okay. So power moves up to a 75, finesse moves an 88. Like, he should be making more of an impact. Him and McKinney both. But we'll see. All right, so we'll meet again with Malik Neighbors. I know he didn't get his rushes, but sometimes you didn't give me the touches you promised. The trolls are going wild on my socials. Not funny, coach. Actually, I'm giving you one more shot by the end of the season. I better have 100 catches and 20 rush attempts. Time to focus the offense around me. And what if that doesn't happen? You don't want to find out. All right. Malik Neighbors, on the last year of his deal, is digging himself a grave. This is week 8. This is the trade deadline. As we have another new injury. Duncan Sherman, the second tight end on the depth chart, out for 4 weeks. We do get Kinsley Suamaitai back next week. But just out of curiosity, if we were just curious, what could we get from Malik Neighbors? The Bears would offer us Jalen Johnson, a third, a fifth, a seventh. Jordan Battle, plus a first, a fourth, a seventh. The Bills, they would give us a young wide receiver, normal dev, but a first, 2 firsts, a third, a sixth, and a seventh. The Broncos would give us JOK, plus a first, second, third, sixth. The Browns would be willing to give up Myles Garrett, plus a third, fifth, and seventh. Okay. These are some really, really interesting offers. And given Neighbors' attitude, I do not like being threatened. We have a number of big offers on the table. And we are going to leave it there on a cliffhanger. Do we trade 99 overall superstar X Factor Malik Neighbors after he comes out on his last year of his deal and making threats about and making demands on how he wants to be played? We will see, but that will be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next one.